welcome to KOA. We upcycle the so far discarded part of the cocoa fruit and turn it into the world's first cocoa fruit shots that are rich in antioxidants, vitamin C and minerals. So we all know chocolate. We all love chocolate around the world, right? It's a $130 billion industry. But very little people know that there's something really behind it, and that's actually the cocoa fruit, right? We only use the cocoa beans. 75% as of the whole rest is not used as of today. And that is especially the cocoa pulp, which is rich in nutrients, antioxidants and vitamin C. And you have to imagine every year in the normal chocolate cocoa production, 5 million tons of cocoa pulp are discarded. That's the equivalent of 17 times the Cologne Cathedral here around Anuga.
And you make shots out of this?
Exactly. So we make the world's first cocoa fruit shots. So we've got the pure cocoa fruit shot. We have got then also fortified with ginger, our boost for your immune health. And then if you need an extra kick for the day, we have to energize with cold brew coffee and chili. All are based on the cocoa fruit.
Okay. How do you source your cocoa?
That's a good one, cocoa pulp. So we have developed over the last 8 years a process together with more than 5,000 smallholder farmers in Ghana. So we work directly with the smallholder farmers, and we have developed a just-in-time process how we can harvest the perishable cocoa fruit in a very short period between 3 hours of opening the cocoa pot and being processed in our factories. We've got 2 factories, more than 5,000 smallholder farmers. We work directly and entirely transparent.
So you need to do this within a really short amount of time. That means it's really
yes.
Yeah. It's got to be really efficient.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
And is it dependent more on machinery, or is it very hand? Is it done by hand?
So like the core, I would say like the core change in the value chain is coming from the smallholder farmers that do it manually, right? The cocoa pod cutting is done manually, and the separation and the quality control is as well done manually by the smallholder farmers on the spot. But what we have developed is a process around the machine which we call the CMPU, the Community Mobile Processing Unit, which is like a small factory on the back of a truck, powered by solar energy, which we can bring in the remote areas and therefore have this really efficient way of processing.
That's a really interesting way to deal with post-harvest losses.
Absolutely.
That's something that most developing nations, agrarian nations, struggle with.
Yes, exactly.
That's where the bulk of waste also happens.
Yeah, it's the first mile processing that is really the challenging one, and that's exactly what we focus on.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
I also know that you make the flakes.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so originally, as I said, we developed this process over the last 8 years. We have been an ingredient producer, so we come really from, we say our origin is in the bush, and we started with sourcing the cocoa pulp in form of a juice, but then also the cocoa pulp as a puree. And then from this we developed, on the one hand, the concentrates, and on the other hand, the flakes, which are both industry products. And the flakes are actually a dried version of the pulp, of the puree, which can be used especially for sweetening chocolate. And so we have large chocolate manufacturers that work with this ingredient, yes.
Can you share with us who?
Yes, so we have got Lindt, which is one of the most famous customers using this. That just have relaunched their Cacao Pur, 100% cocoa fruit chocolate bar, where we have the cocoa beans and the cocoa pulp as sweetener, so no added sugar, no refined sugar in this. Yes.
So, do you see yourself expanding to other parts of the world to source cocoa pulp? Because Ghana, West Africa is kind of having its own problems.
Yes, exactly. Ghana is having its problems, West Africa is having its challenges, but that's exactly the reason why we are there. Because we believe in order to make a change to the value chain, you have to be in the parts of the world where actually most of it is grown. And if you look at it, we have around 4.5 million smallholder farmers in the world. Out of roughly half of it in West Africa that is harvesting the cocoa pulp. And the conditions there, being it child labor, being it deforestation, are the most harsh ones. And we want to provide a solution for exactly these problems by adding more parts of the cocoa fruit.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, I think that's it.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, Hi.
Could you tell me about yourself and the product?
Yeah, nice. I'll start with the product. That's probably what you're here for, not about me. What we do is we upcycle apricot seeds. So what's happening is that's the kernel of the apricot. The fruit flesh is being taken off by fruit preparators or dried fruit producers. And then we get a hold of the kernel. We dry it, we crack it open. Inside, there's a little seed. It looks like a little almond, actually.
Yeah.
And out of that raw material, we make delicious food. So what we do is we either roast it and add some salt and spices, like here with chili, or we grind it and make a delicious nut butter. We have the nut butter here, which is just plain apricot seeds. It's 100%. This one is roasted. It's the Anuga novelty winner of the year. It's top 10 out of 1,900 products that were submitted. So it's like really, really good. You want to try?
I would love to.
Sure, go ahead.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It has a very peanut butter
Exactly.
slash slightly almond butter taste.
Yeah, it's somewhere between peanut butter and almond butter with I would say it has a fruity note because it's from fruit, but it might just happen in the head, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then out of that, we make more products even. That can be the base for like milk. We have here Nice, which is a brand that we have in Switzerland, but it's plant-based milk made from apricot seeds.
Wir werden einfach durchgehen, was ist
Ja?
die Geschichte von
Exactly. And
oder wollt ihr euch
one more, make it into cocoa.
genau
Is it drinking chocolate?
nur von der Geschichte her.
Cocoa drink made out of apricot seeds and cocoa, of course. So that is the drinkable.
So it's like a chocolate.
This is like a milk and this is like a chocolate milk.
Ah, ja, cool.
That we go one step further. We can make it into cream cheese. Just have a pure version. It's like plant-based vegan cream cheese with 5% protein inside, coming from the apricot seeds.
How much apricots do you have that you're able to do this?
You know, there's tons and tons of apricot seeds that are being unused every year. So the more we can get a hold of, the more we can work with. It's a matter of how many we can treat, actually. There's enough supply out there because apricot is a very famous fruit.
Okay. But that means you need to have a supply chain set up to actually source
Exactly. We have to source the seeds ourselves. We have our own supply chain because obviously apricot seeds are not, there's no crop for apricot seeds. So we have to rescue the apricot seeds before the farmers actually put them to the waste.
Yes.
So right before they go to bin, we rescue them.
Okay, so that means that this is apricots that are being treated or processed in some way.
Exactly. These are apricots that are being made into dried fruits. These are apricots that are being made into fruit concentrates. Because only where this is done, we have enough seeds in one spot.
Yes, because you're not going to be able to get it from the average consumer.
Exactly. We cannot go from household to household to get their seeds.
but there is enough of a supply to make all of it.
Exactly. Yes, there's enough supply. And the beautiful thing is, and why this raw material has been left unused before, because it contains cyanide, which is a poison. And Kern Tec, we have the technology to reduce this to an edible level. That's where we come in. It's basically the same with almonds. Almonds also have cyanide. There's bitter and sweet. It's the same with apricot seeds, but on the bitter side, we can reduce it to an edible level to make use of more seeds, actually.
Interesting. It's really interesting. I didn't know that inside of this is what the seed.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know.
This is the concentrate, the oats that we produce in the drums. Accepting filling. The cell life is half year in ambient aseptic, so in ambient, and if you have in the refrigerate, 1 year.
All right. Take me through the product.
Okay. Aquanesso, the aqua magnet system, will help you to drink more water in a technical approach. And for this, we have here the aqua magnetic system. We call it AMAX. This item is a machine, we call it, and you will need a capsule which is filled with white berry flavor. And this starts with this, that you put the capsule together to this AMAX. And now you can use any bottle, a plastic, glass, your own vessel with tap water. And you use this and put it in your bottle. And with the outside magnetic system, you just position it wherever you want. You can play with it. And after a few minutes, you will have your own drink. So we are a startup from Berlin, and we have here 3D printed prototypes. We have patents worldwide for protecting the idea. And now we are looking for an investment so we can have the production line very automatically to start the market entry next year.
So these are all 3D printed, is it?
These are all 3D printed. We have a case because you can take it everywhere. It's also possible to get through the airport security check. We did it several times. And also we have a system that's a AMAX 2, where you can combine a flavor like wild berry, also with an energy part. So you put this together, and then you can create your own energy drink with any bottle of water.
Hi, I'm Joseph. I'm the CEO of Zeen Technologies. We make a machine, a process which fries product, dries them, roasts them just with water. So there's no oil, there's no air. The process in essence is we do it in superheated steam, but we create this inside the chamber. We evacuate the air due to the physical properties of air being heavier. And as we process, we can then decide if we want a product crispy, if we want it more expanded, if we just want to dry it, or if we want to keep it wet. So in essence, we do potato chips from raw in 210 seconds. This is normal for us. It normally takes double the amount of time in oil. There is no oxidization, and there is no acrylamide forming. We can do dry fruits, herbs, grains, anything is possible.
So do you have to add the flavor while you're making the chip, or do you pull it out and then flavor it?
So when we're doing pellets, we actually put the flavor into the pellet.
Okay.
So like a pasta. If we do it on a raw product like potato chips, we do it just as it's finished because it still has a certain amount of heat. Mm-hmm. And as we put that on, it automatically attaches itself and it stays on the surface, and it doesn't give you, it doesn't fall off, it doesn't give you a film or anything. Okay. It's a lot of saving, but it's just.
I really want to understand the process, because I know you told me this, but it's really
it's
fascinating.
Very simple.
For you, you made it.
Yes. So, in essence, we put a product into water, into superheated steam at certain temperatures. Mm-hmm. So we can go from 120 degrees, we can go to 300 degrees. It just depends what product and how we want to process it. Then the variables are the flow direction, how we do it, if we do it just from one side, if we do it from top and bottom, or from all sides. Depending on the temperature and the amount of moisture that we put into the chamber, because it's always in water. So it's yes, it's gas. Water is gas, but we are vary between 100% and 800%.
Okay.
So it's not logic initially, but this is what happens. So you can then regulate if you want to keep the moisture in the product or if you want to extract it. And the other thing that happens is because water goes directly through a product, you're 10 times faster in the energy transfer than you are with air or with oil.
So it's faster
So
than a dehydrator.
there is actually no barrier. And the easiest way to explain it is if you put your fingers in hot water, nothing, yes, it's a bit warm, but that's all. But if you put your hand over steam, you burn yourself very quickly. So this is the difference in energy that is transferred to you, just to your body. So this is the easiest way to explain it, how there's a big difference in energy transfer. And because we have this massive transfer, we have a much faster reaction. The other thing that happens is because the moisture goes exactly through, you have a linear moisture. You don't have, like when you dry with air, an outside skin that you then have to go through and take more out. No, here it's linear. It's always the same.
Okay. So when you place it in the machine,
Yes?
do you have to place it in a certain way for that linear action, or you just throw it
No.
in?
So basically, potato chips, when we cut them, we just wash them so that the excess starch is not on there. This is purely so otherwise they look a bit not shiny.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. You can put them in normally, no problem. But what happens in the chamber, we actually make the chips fly. We suspend them, and the reason we do that, so we have movement of the air, of the moisture how we want. We do that so that it is even all around everywhere.
Right. So you're just flying in the air in the machine.
Yes, correct.
Can you show me some of the products?
Yes, certainly. So this is a normal chips. This is a 1 millimeter. So it's a very normal size. This is what we call a thin chips or standard classic chips.
I'm gonna eat.
Yep.
It's got a nice crunch to it.
And this one is 1.5 millimeters. This is what we call a kettle chips. What is basically done in small batches in a fryer. And it has a lot more crunch. The difference is we process it a tiny little bit different in the way we do the sequence.
Right.
And therefore we can get more bubbles. So we can control the amount of bubbles or no bubbles.
Okay. So it can be a thin, flat thing.
Thin, flat, or it can have bubbles. It just depends how we want to create it.
Okay.
And so this one is so strong now that you can basically use it as a dip for scooping up dips and things like that.
And you can process pretty much any ingredient.
This is apple chips. So they're 4.5 minutes from cut. They will basically just cut them and put them straight through the machine.
Okay.
This is rice, 25 seconds from pellets. This is done from maize, 25 seconds. This is sweet potato and tapioca. So it's more for scooping like type thing. Popcorn, 35 seconds. And we have 0.03 that don't pop. This is very important for manufacturer because it's money.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, absolutely.
And this is basically, these are the type of, they're basically like fries, but they're hollow inside.
Yeah.
So it's a unique product.
Oops.
I'll show you. Here's a good one.
I think I dropped.
So here you have, and you basically break it open, and you see it. And the wall is normally 0.3 millimeters.
Okay.
But it stays crunchy. It's really strong. You can't just crush it. It's not. It's really.
Okay, nice.
So
Very
this is
cool.
basically you can do the same thing. You can dry meat. We dried sausages for suppliers. We dried grains in the field. We dry strawberries that have been rained on. So all your fruits, your vegetables, all these things can be done. The other things, for certain nuts, we roast or we sterilize. And then we go into the coffee where we can actually decaffeinate with it and roast. So the possibilities are endless. It's a new technology, and we just concentrated on the first components to put on the market. Then we will add. Naturally, you will see things we do for the gastronomy, so for the hotels and all that. We do a fast food version, which is fully automated. So it takes the potato fries from a frozen area. You order 5 portions, it knows exactly how many grams to put in. It puts it in the machine, 90 seconds, it comes out. And it's finished.
Very
No, there's no exhaust, there's no nothing.
and that too doesn't require oil.
No.
It's got but it's frozen fries.
Yes.
So it already
So
is pre-prepped.
yes, they're pre-prepped, but we can fry them without oil as well before.
Okay.
So we can do both. This is just taken from a fast food retailer, and we just put it there, and it's 90 seconds, it's done.
This is fascinating.
So it's very different. Like we do like a chicken that has a coating on it. That takes about 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, depending on size. But we can make it so that the moisture stays in, and then we can crisp it in the last 20 seconds outside.
Okay.
So it's all about how you program it. It's a little new toy.
How big is the machine?
A machine, a big one is, well, for let's say for fast food, which is a bigger machine. It's 900 wide by 700 deep, and that will make around 90 kilos of French fries an hour. Or similar with nuggets is about the similar amount. So that's about. But in reality, we use the same machine for the expanded products, and there we can put 120, 150 kilos an hour through, and we can put 32 machines fully automated in series. So you're getting a production of 2.7 to 3 tons an hour on a series of machines. And there's no staff needed, nothing.
Yeah.
Sorry, but that's just the technology.
But has there been a lot of interest in this?
Yes, there's been a lot of interest. It's completely new. And once people understand what we actually done, they understand what we're changing. And the other thing that happens is, yes, we don't have the oxidization in the acrylamide, but we also, the starches that stay are often mostly resistant starches. So we have a dietary benefit. And so there's lots of benefits, but
Okay.
it's best to, at the end, analyze each product how it is, but it's not just another process.
Right. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.